Okay, so now we're going to insert audio narration, background music, and closed captioning. So to do this, you can either record your audio, so your voiceover, in another program and then just import the file, or you can record it right in Articulate Storyline 360. So I'm going to show you how to do it inside the program because that's what I did when I did the example. So we're going to go to Insert tab and go to Audio. And then you're going to click on Record Mic. Now I'm not going to do the full audio narration, I'll just do a sample and then I'll show you how to insert it. Okay, so you're going to click this and then you can just start recording. So I'm actually, just before we do this, going to go on the right. 1 second. Just going to get back to the base layer here. So go to Audio, Record Mic. The only thing with this is that because we have a timing of when the caterpillar image appears and the cocoon and so forth, you'll have to time your voice and then try to tweak it after. But it's not so bad because we know that it's every 3 seconds that those images are appearing. I'll also show you just a little bit about how to edit your audio as well. So I'm just going to click record and then I will show you the final product. And so you can do this as well for the whole piece, and then we can put it in there piece by piece. So each layer will have to have its own audio narration for the parts that it shows, but you can record everything if you want it all at once, and then we can just chop it up. So you just crop it, or you can do it by layer. So it's up to you. So I'm going to click record now. In this animation, we are going to look at the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Okay, so I just finished that, so I just want to do a little bit. And then you just click save and it puts it right into this layer right here. So then you can go and preview that. In this animation, we are going to look at the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Okay, so we just previewed the audio there, so you can do that to test it. If you don't like it, you can re-record it. So like I said, there is a way to edit this as well. So if you just right click and go to edit audio, we could chop out the beginning part here. Okay, so if you wanted to delete this, and when you delete, it's going to actually just cut it, or you could add silence if you wanted to add some silence, so pauses or things like that. So I'm just going to delete like that. You can also adjust the volume. Now, I think it was pretty good, but if you wanted to, I'll just show you how. You can only do it like you can go up or you can go down by a certain percentage like this. So if we made it like 10% higher, then you can see it got a little louder. And we'll talk a little bit more about the volume later because there isn't really a way to just fade out or fade in, things like that. But you can do it by just adjusting the volume gradually to make it seem like it's fading out. So you have to do it kind of like manually. So I'm just going to save that. So once you're done, you can just save. So just a couple other things here. So you can crop as well. So say you had a long piece and you only wanted maybe the beginning part here. You just hit crop, it'll save that, it'll get rid of that. So there's not too much you can do, but you can still do a few things if you wanted to use this program to record directly into it. So I'm going to just save and close. Okay, so now I've applied all the audio narration for each layer. So we have the base layer audio, the animation layer audio, and the replay layer. So I just want to focus for a minute on the animation layer audio. So because these images are coming in every 3 seconds, like I said before, you can time it that way by just adjusting it to be every 3 seconds. So that's what I did. And I went into, like, I won't do it again, but I'll just show you in here. You can see it's about every 3 seconds. And if you needed to add some time or delete some, you can just like select some and then click delete. Or you can actually add silence in to make it bigger, like a bigger gap. So So that's how I adjusted that. So let's go test this now. So I'm just going to go preview this slide. In this animation, we are going to look at the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. It's not the exact life cycle of a butterfly, as I just chose a few photographs from the content library just to illustrate applying entrance and exit animation effects to objects, but it's just to get an idea of how to do this. So I'm going to click Start here, and then I'll walk you through step by step how to recreate this either exactly using the same images from the content library, or you can use your own images or objects. So I'm going to press Start now. So first we have the caterpillar, cocoon, emerging into a butterfly. I'm now going to click Replay and do it again. Caterpillar, cocoon, emerging into a butterfly. So there you have it, just a short example to showcase entrance and exit animations as well as audio narration. Okay, so there we go. I think it worked really well. So now let's add some background music to this. So you can find public domain music by just Googling public domain background music. There are lots of resources that you can find free music from. So some examples are like SoundCloud, Amazon Music. The only things with some of these sites is that you'll have to provide attribution. So you'll have to like indicate where you got the music for you to use it. Or you could create your own. That's what I did. I just used GarageBand and I just put some beats together and created my own background music. So that's another option as well. So to insert music, you're going to go up to the Insert tab and go to Audio and then Audio from File. So first, before we start this, let's go to the base layer, because another thing with adding background music, if you have layers, it's going to play throughout all your 3 layers here. So you won't have to add the music on each layer. You just need to add it to the base layer. Okay, so I'm going to pick this song here. That's what I called it. And I'm just going to open. And it's going to load the audio in. It's quite long, but I'm going to crop it. Now to estimate the length of the song, what I did is I would just estimate the length of each layer. So for example, the animation layer here, we have it 18 seconds. Replay layer at 22, and this one we just inserted this really long music, so it's quite long right now, but we'll just gauge it by the audio narration, so 38 seconds here. And so we can just estimate based on those 3 lengths, so it's mostly determined by the audio narration. So if you just add these up, that's about 78, 79 seconds total. So when I go to edit my background music, that's what I'm going to crop it at. So this is our narration, this is our background music. So I'm going to right click here and go to edit audio. And it's really loud too, so we got to reduce that. So let's do the volume first. I don't know, I'm just going to estimate here, just have to play around with it a bit. Okay, that might be okay, but we might have to tweak it, we'll see. So I wanted to crop this as well. So we're going to start at the beginning here and just go to 78 seconds. So it's about a minute and a half. Sorry, a minute and 30. So maybe around there. And then just click crop. And so it took off the end bit. Now we have it so that if you play it at the end here, it's just going to cut off, right? So we want to fade that out. So what I have done using this program, using Articulate Storyline, is just reduce the volume gradually, but you can, like I said, do this in another program and then import it back in. So it's up to you. So I'll just go to the volume and maybe decrease it just a tiny bit. And then like we'll just kind of gradually do that, like a bit more. And then just grab another little part of it, like just a little end bit here. And then take the very end. There, so something like that. And then if you listen to that part again. So now it sounds like it's fading out. Okay, so now we'll save and close. Now we might have to adjust the overall volume again. Let's just see how it is. Okay, so let's go preview this now again. In this animation, we are going to look at the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. It's not the exact life cycle of a butterfly, as I just chose a few photographs from the content library just to illustrate applying entrance and exit animation effects to objects, but it's just to get an idea of how to do this. So I'm going to click Start here, and then I'll walk you through step by step how to recreate this either exactly using the same images from the content library, or you can use your own images or objects. So I'm going to press Start now. So first we have the caterpillar, cocoon, emerging into a butterfly. I'm now going to click Replay and do it again. Caterpillar, cocoon, emerging into a butterfly. So there you have it, just a short example to showcase entrance and exit animations as well as audio narration. There we go, so that's pretty good. We're almost done. So I think now we should go back and add closed captioning, because one of the other things I wanted to show in this video was some accessibility features, and one of those things is closed captioning. So to do this, we'll just start with the base layer. We're going to click on the base layer audio narration here, and we're going to go up to Options. Now I'm going to just be opening something I already did because this is the audio from the other one, but I'll just show you a little bit how to do this if you're doing it from scratch. In this animation, we are going to look at, okay, so what I did is I just typed this in here. So I'll just delete this for a second to show you. So what you'll do is this will appear with these boxes here. Okay, and you will just like go to the beginning here and you'll push play. In this animation, we are going to look at the transformation. In this animation, we are going to look at, so the minute I started typing, it stops. So it shows you for each segment a caption, so that part of the audio, and then you just type it in. In this animation, okay, and then you can just play it again. In this animation, we are going to look at, okay, so you just hit play to play that again, and then you go on to the next one, and you'll just push play. The minute you start typing, it'll stop, and then you can replay it as many times as you need to. And then once you get to the end, here, you may need to add some of these boxes too. Now, if you needed to add one, like I had to add, I think one like at the end here, you can just go to insert caption. Now it's not highlighted because we're all done here, but it would be highlighted, so you can just add one if you didn't have one here. You can also split something up, so you see how it's now illuminated. You can insert one, you can split this, You can also import your own if you have them already done. So there's lots of things you can do here. So that's how it works basically in Articulate Storyline 360. If you click on one, also you can delete a caption as well. So there's a few different things you can do here, but it's pretty straightforward, and I found it really easy to type in my captions. So that's basically how it works in Articulate Storyline 360 to add closed captioning. So I'm not going to save that. Okay, I'm just going to show you a couple other things. If we go to the Home tab here and you go to this button here, the player, this is the player properties, and we will talk about this more in another video. But I just wanted to highlight some things about closed captioning. So in here, you can adjust the size of the caption. So first you'd have to select captions here so that you'll get this CC. So if it's unselected here, see there's no CC now, and then you click it and you have that there. You can actually adjust the font if you go up to colors and effects. So I made the player font Open Sans semi-bold. That's like all these words here as well. And then the captions font. So you can choose what you want for the captions font. So I just use the same one. You can also increase the size of the font. Now this will apply over the whole project, so not just the closed captioning, but I found the closed captioning font quite small. So I did increase my overall font by 10%. So I just wanted to show you that. The last thing I want to show you before we end this video is how to add alt text or alternative text. So alt text just tells viewers the nature or content of an image. It can be used by screen readers to read aloud the description of an image, which is the alt text, to those who are visually impaired. So one way to do that here in Articulate Storyline is to, let's go to the animation layer here. And if you click on any object, let's just pick this image, for example, you can right click on it and go to accessibility here. And you can see here it says alt text object is visible to accessibility tools. And it already has like a description here, butterfly image. Okay, so you can keep that and you can apply it to all instances of this media piece. There are sometimes places where you won't see, let's see if I can find one, an alt text already in there, and you have to type something. So let's say we didn't want this to say this. We could just replace it with something like that, title of the slide. So I'm not going to do that, but that's what you could do if you wanted. Okay, so you can actually put in your own alternative text there, and then Articulate Storyline 360 will be using that with the accessibility tools for screen readers for those who are visually impaired. So let's go preview the closed captioning. So I won't watch the whole thing again, we'll preview the first bit. In this animation, we are going to look at the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly. It's not the exact life cycle of a butterfly, as I just chose a few photographs from the content library just to illustrate applying entrance and exit animation effects to objects, but it's just to get an idea of how to do this. All right, so that's a little preview of how the closed captioning would look. So we're pretty much done now with our little animation type example. I hope you've enjoyed this video teaching you everything from a project-based approach about Articulate Storyline 360. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below and like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be notified when we have new videos that have gone live that will show you the next letter of the alphabet. After this video will be letter B, and we'll be looking at creating clickable buttons in the next video. So please like and subscribe and you'll be notified when our next videos are live.